Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, dear students. It is English class of 7th standard. In my two previous lectures, we were learning about the art of storytelling. Still, we are going on. It continues. We have different phases. We have gone through different phases of storytelling. First of all, number one is drawings, cavemen and hieroglyphics. What caveman means stock characters representative of primitive man in Paleolithic age. Hieroglyphics or logographic writing system. It drawings caveman hieroglyphics is the first phase. Second phase is oral tradition in which epics. Second one is oral tradition. It includes epics etc. And the latest is written words. In the written words, first ever written and recorded story is the Epic of Gilgamesh poem from ancient Mesopotamia. Story writing began from drawings. Over a period of time, it changed into script. The alphabets used today were derived from the older forms of writing like Phoenician alphabets. Phoenician it was a member of Semitic people inhabiting ancient Phoenicia and its colonies. Their way, their culture, it recorded that thing. Now, what today we have learned, it is technology and media. Technology, with the advancement of technology and media, storytelling has achieved a new milestone. It has changed the way of storytelling. Now, people in ancient times, people used to tell stories in the form of voice. They were telling stories with the help of their mouth, and it passed on from one generation to another generation. Now all the ways have been changed. Now it has become different with the help of technology. Now we can start. We can tell a story in the form of motion pictures, films, radio, television, etc. Nowadays, we use social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogs, and many other applications to tell stories or share our ideas or tell stories in the form of text, in the form of photos, and in the form of videos. Now, grandmother concludes because her topic was how the art of storytelling, and these children who are listening, they were enthusiastic. Is it really an art? Is storytelling really an art? Now this the grandmother explains them. She starts from the beginning where when it from the caveman, and she narrates all, and she showed all these phases and explained them to them that how these phases change with the passage of time. And now it is the post modern era, and these children know, they are aware about this, and all children of present age are aware about TVs, about these Instagrams, social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogs, and other applications, and they also share their the stories in the form of text, in the form of photos, in the form of videos. With this, grandmother in concludes, and this is how storytelling has originated and evolved. This is the way how it evolved, how from where and how it originated, how storytelling originated, and how it evolved, how it changed with the passage of time. Further, she added that a good storyteller has always been respected from the time storytelling started. I remember my childhood when I was about 5 or 6 years old. We were insisting our uncle to tell us stories. We were ready to give him each and everything what he wanted or what he ordered. We were too much enthusiastic. We agreed. We always agreed to give him. We always agreed to pay him. Though he was joking, but still we were uh, positive. We were ready to pay him. We were ready to give him what he wanted. So it was enthusiasm. All children are excited to listen stories because it is very interesting. Now, with the passage of time, the evolution of this storytelling, people now need not any person to tell who could tell them stories at bad times. Now they can watch on mobile phones, on TVs, televisions, different stories with moving characters. In our childhood, we used to imagine these things. Now we practically look what happens and how could a character do in the story. We can practically look. We can have a physical image of that very thing. Now it was the conclusion of this the art of storytelling. She further added that a good storyteller has always been respected from time storytelling started. From the origin of storytelling, a good storyteller could easily find an audience eager to absorb every exciting bit of information in the stories that he had to narrate. These stories did not stay at one place. This storytelling, it does not remain at one place. Stories move from one generation to another generation. Stories move from one place to another place. They did not fix at a proper place. They go on moving from one place to another place. They were shared among people even in faraway lands. By words of mouth, people traveled from one place to another place, and the stories traveled with them. And when people returned to their homes, they brought with them exciting new tales of exotic. What exotic means? Foreign or non-native stories, or foreign or non-native countries, places. Uh, in this way, people get aware about the new places, about the stories of new places, about the culture and tradition of new places they visited and the people they met. It was only with the help of this storytelling, because primitive man, or before this evolution of technology, uh, people does not used to go far away and visit other countries for this for adventures, or because they were not having the uh, goods. They were not having the transport system. They were not having the availability of the things they needed. That's why it was only the with the help of this media and technology, people could learn about the faraway lands, for non-native places, for exotic places. The story of adventures, fights, myths, revolutions, and gods were told and retold. It it was They were told and retold. Now we can picturize all these stories. We can see with our naked eyes, as we are in that very age. We are in if it is of primitive age, if it is of modern age, we can we can feel ourselves in that very age while watching such a story, whether it is about adventure, whether it is a fighting story, whether it is a myth, no, whether it is about gods. So we can feel ourselves in that very age while watching this. These stories pass down from one generation to another generation, reflecting the wisdom and knowledge of people over the centuries. There are stories based on gods of fire. The stories are on the based on gods of fire, storms, thunder, floods, tidal waves, and lightning, etc. People believe in the stories of these gods. Now, being Muslims, we are having some we are having lot of Islamic stories that we can get, that we can learn from Quran, or from these fighting. If it's about fight, we can have, we can go through the stories in these ahzabs, etc. Whether it is, we have no myths, we have revelations in Quran, or in with the help of ahadith we can go through lot of stories that are based on truth and practical. People believe in the stories of these gods. We do believe in the story of these sahabas, prophetess, and these wise men. Such stories brought people together through common heritage and beliefs. Human beings are the only creatures in the whole universe, except Almighty Allah. It's the only human being who can create and share story. These stories are played an integral. They played an important role in bringing human beings closer to each other, and they can share their heritage, they can share their culture, and they can share their way of living. It is with the help of these stories. Now, at the end, these two children who are listening, who are enthusiastic, who are eagerly listening, who are listening by their hearts, who had given their ears to her grandmother while she was narrating them, while she was telling them about the art of storytelling. Telling, they listened the their grandmother happily. Now they were aware. Now they were aware. They were known to the importance of stories and the role these stories played in one's life. They got aware with the help of their grandmother. Thank you. Have a nice day.